Welcome back to the channel, friends. It's great to be here and I hope you're doing well. So I've got another game preview today and we'll be taking a look at Duck Life 9 The Flock. Now this is a game that was just recently released in full on Steam and it's the 9th game in a long-standing series. Now personally, I don't have any experience with the Duck Life series, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. But after playing it a bit, I've got to say, it's a game that has a lot of charm, it's got a lot of humor, a bumpin' soundtrack, and it's also fun to play. So we're going to spend a little time with it today, and if you wanted to get it for yourself, the development team was actually nice enough to give me 5 free Steam keys. So we're going to be having a little giveaway here on the channel, but more details to come on that just a little bit later, a little bit further into the video. If you like the game for yourself, there's also, of course, a link in the description of the video as well. So let's hop right into a new game. Alright, folks, so at the very beginning, right, you gotta pick your starting egg. Now, we're not picking our starting Pokemon, right? There's no Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, none of that. We are picking, instead, our starting duck. So we have 5 to choose from. We have the Athlete, we have the Alpine, we have the Aviator, we have the All-Arounder, we have the Aquatic. Now, obviously, each duck species has different, strengths and weaknesses, and you can see the 7 primary skills there. Now, each skill set is assigned with the letter grade. That's kind of their aptitude for growth in that skill, essentially. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the Athlete here. Love the idea of an athletic duck, right? An excellent choice. Yes, indeed. We love making excellent choices here on the channel, folks. So predictably enough, our egg does hatch. And this will be, obviously, the first duck in what's called our flock, right? And as far as I know, it's randomized, and looks like we got a nice little mohawk, nice little orange color there. Tremendous. Feathers, no. We're going AK, and we're not looking back. So here we go. The game does open up with a bit of a cutscene here. And when I said this game has a bit of humor, this is what I mean. So essentially what's going on is essentially a big thing in Duck Life, and from what I understand, the whole series is the idea of your duck racing, right? And that kind of attributes to those skills that you were seeing at the duck selection screen. But essentially, there was a race set up, and at the last minute, one duck had to drop out. And then our character got thrust into the Call of Duty here. So here they go, they're racing, and looks like got toasted by the power line there. And off they go here, folks. And you better get used to this racing aspect because it is big time. And what do we have? We have the green duck going for the water to gain the speed advantage. And oh no, there is a whirlpool there. Better be careful next time, Jack. Alright, so just to remain. And we are kind of losing our ground here. Looks like the pink duck is going to take a shortcut. Oh no, falling through the stage. And onward goes the orange duck AK. Onward to victory, folks. Onward to victory. I must admit, the first time I saw that cutscene where the duck jumps through the floor basically and falls, I did laugh out loud. That was a very, very funny part. So it shows you kind of some of the humor, right? This game definitely doesn't take itself too seriously, and I appreciate that about it. So anyways, now that we are the victor of that race, we get a one-way ticket to what's called, I believe, Featherhaven Isle? I could be wrong on that. We'll figure that out. But this is essentially where you're going to start building your base, and that's absolutely right. There is a base building aspect in here. Yep, Featherhaven Island. This is Doug the dog. Doug the dog can teach you how to run better, and he will also kind of essentially be your arbiter through the tutorial. So there's a lot of speech. I think one thing about this game is it definitely tries to build some character, right? There is a lot of talking and clicking through. So essentially what Doug is going to help us do is just get the basic fundamentals of our base set up. So everything starts at the well. This is where you will actually select your buildings to build, right? And we have all these options here. Doug's not really going to let us do too much, but the first thing you want to build is a tent. That is a place for your ducks to sleep. And your flock does increase, so each new flock member will need a place to sleep. So when we sleep and wake up, we generate crystal feathers. That is a building material used to build lots of buildings. And essentially, like Doug is alluding to here, it's all about training your ducks for the big race. And there's a bunch of different islands in this game that you go to, or areas, and each area will have its own race that you need to participate in. Those races get progressively harder, and you will need to train your ducks progressively better and more often. So we upgrade the training center here, and now this is kind of a key element to this game. So Doug, as mentioned, can train us in running. So we're going to train running with Doug. And running is just one of many mini games that you will do throughout this playthrough and throughout this game to train the skills of your ducks, right? So let's go. Part 1 here. And this is just some simple platforming and moving here. And you get blessed with just a banger of a soundtrack for sure. So obviously don't get hit by the hammers. Obviously don't get hit by the flying bags here. And we want to just go for as far as we can possibly go. So we are going here. Let's go. Little platforming action. It does get progressively harder. And then the further you get, the training course itself actually does level up. Meaning it's going to create greater challenges for you, right? It adds more elements to the overall training course. And did I get this treasure chest here? All right, you want to make sure you get the treasure chest. You don't have to click on them or anything. You just have to get close to them. I didn't realize that you can miss it. But we got it. We're doing good. So as you can see in the top left, that is our running experience. And it progressively increases as we get further and further into the course, right? And this is, of course, the running skill. There is flying, there is swimming, there is balancing, there is jumping, I do believe, right? Those are the 7 core skills that you saw at the character selection screen. So these are all things that will require a different minigame to sort of master and grind on a bit to just get a well-rounded duck that can win you some races. When you win races, good things happen, right? And it's ultimately the way to advance further into the game. Now, I'm sure people that are familiar with other installments in the Duck Life series kind of know this. This is kind of a theme that has been, you know, that has kind of traveled along with this game as far as I understand, right? And I think it's one of the selling features of this game, right? Folks enjoy the whole training, and essentially what you'll find that you'll be doing in this is you'll be building a whole flock. So you'll get many ducks. You'll get multiple ducks. You will get costumes for your ducks that up their stats. There's a farming element to it where you're feeding your ducks to up their stats as well. All kinds of stuff, right? So it's much more than just kind of a racing sim game. It's got a lot of elements that, you know, we enjoy here on this channel. So I did want to definitely give a little bit of time to this game. The development crew that reached out to me has just been very nice. They're very generous people, as referenced by the giveaway I kind of was talking about. And we will get more into that. Don't you worry. We're just going to take our sweet time, and feels like our duck is getting faster. Obviously, the course is getting faster too. Just a little platforming, right? You're just using Wasta to move, and you're dodging obstacles. You want to be careful. We're actually doing pretty darn good for our first run on this. Got plenty of level ups here. And these hammers get faster. Please, hammer, don't hurt them. The hammers kind of obscure the vision a little bit. We got a cooked runts. That ain't bad. Take that. And just moving on. So essentially what you have to do to progress by the tutorial is you have to get enough levels in running. So we should be good here, given how far we've gotten. This is actually pretty darn far based on what I've seen and experienced. Just got to be smart about it. You can certainly be patient about it. Now, I don't know if we have to go wind this little bridge here. Obviously, the tendency is to kind of go fast, right? But your character definitely gets faster. And then as your running skill improves, when you're racing other ducks, right? There are reasons you will race other ducks. Usually you have to beat other ducks in a race to add to your flock. Your duck will be faster. The higher your running skill, obviously, the faster your duck will run in those races, if you think back to the intro. And there we go. I tried to double back and ended up falling off, but we got a ton of level ups there. And you see we actually leveled up enough to unlock part 2, which will add these revolving, relay, and river rush rotating platforms to this training course. So we are level 11 here in running now, and we can exit out now. So you kind of get the idea of what the training is like, right? And that is just for running. Like I said, there's all kinds of other mini games to play around with, including flying and swimming, etc., etc., etc. So now we are at home base here, and there are a few elements. So there's a resource gathering element here. So this is going to generate wood for us. This is a tree that will regenerate. It will grow back, and then your ducks will autonomously cut it down when it grows back. This will give you wood. And then there's also a bunch of other stuff we can do in here, given we have the resources, right? So you look at the resource cost down here for each of these things. So there's a farming element to it, so you will get seeds. You can put them in the seed box. And then your ducks will autonomously use whatever's in the seed box to plant in the farming patches. And that will give you resources to use to cook meals in. We have the lumber tree, right? So you can build more of these to get more wood. We have some pathing for decor. Some lamps for decor. There's tools, so you can actually upgrade tools in this as well. You need hardwood to do it, at least early on. And then there's even the need to take care of some bodily functions as well. So that's kind of just a quick rundown. Where you want to go next after doing a training session is you want to try to run up the muddy stairs. And if your running is high enough, you will get up. So it looks like we clear that no problem. We get the chest. More crystal feathers, very nice. And then where you'll find yourself is, you'll find yourself basically in the first area. And this will give you sort of the social aspect, right? Where you're able to talk to some of these ducks. I personally love the interaction with this fellow here. But we're going to grab some coinage quick, of course. And let's have a little interaction with this duck here. This isn't my house. I'm just watching TV through the window. It's a rom-com called Love Quacktually. It's good. But I wish they'd just kiss already. I'm going to spoil it for you. So there is a lot of dialogue here. I don't necessarily want to get too deep into the dialogue. I do want to show you some of the core mechanics, though. So this individual had a flag above their head, meaning this individual will want to race you. So I've been training my stats. He's pretty fast. He's talking smack. And he's basically saying that he's going to beat us in a race. Well, we'll see. Let's take it to the track and field there, Gareth. Let's go. He'll leave us in the mud. Yeah, we'll see. So we are level 11 running. He is level 3. He's got more energy than we do, but I'm feeling confident about this one. I think we'll be leaving him in the dust. And furthermore, in races, it's not completely AI. Like, the AI will move for you, right? Like, the AI moves automatically, but you actually have some control over what happens, right? So there's these special skills, I would say. They do either add energy to your energy bar here, or they cost energy, right? So we can use a cheer, which will give us a speed boost. We can use it as many times as we want. However, it will drain 16 energy. And if your energy gets down to 0, you will move at a snail's pace. So you want to use it strategically, especially in shorter races like this. Like, Gareth didn't stand a chance. As far as I know, the computer doesn't use those, but then again, I've spent very little time with this. Just familiarized myself so I didn't make a fool on video, right? So we did win that race there, and we get some prizes, which is always welcomed. And what do we have? We have some seeds, we have some runt fish, and we have 30 coins. Very nice. Certainly taking that. There are lots of ducks on Featherhaven Island who might want to join your flock. So we do have a new recruit now. So Gareth, in beating Gareth, Gareth will join us now. And that means we will double the size of our quote-unquote flock. So keep it up and you might be able to take the tournament here. So each area has a tournament. This is the tournament house in this area. So he's going to say it's the building right behind us. And essentially what happens, folks, is once you win the tournament in each area, you can move on to the next area. So it's kind of like what you need to advance. There's no sense in going in here yet because we need a ticket before we can actually participate in the tournament. And plus, you race, multiple ducks when you enter tournaments. So this individual will get a little bit into the cooking mechanic with you. So let's chat. You look like a hungry duck. I could eat. Cook up some tasty meals is the best way to get more energy. Alright, so the cooking pot, she will let us use her cooking pot. So here's 3 duck root to get you started. Thank you. We'll be taking that. And make a new meal. So cooking is a pretty big element to this as well. And what cooking will ultimately do is it will satiate your duck's hunger, but it will also give your duck more max energy. So our duck currently has 0 energy, right? But if we eat this, you'll see we'll get plus 3 levels in energy. And our hunger will slowly whittle down, right? Obviously, eating fills it back up. So we're definitely going to consume that and level up our duck even further. So eating food increases your energy level. Yep, we're aware of that. And essentially what she says is you want to keep high energy in races. And we can use her cooking pot while we don't have one for ourselves, essentially. And you can build your own cooking pot, of course. So this is another individual that wants to race. But before I do that, let's talk to this fellow here. So this guy has the little trainer above him. And what he will do is he will teach you a new skill. Okay? So he reveals that he's a penguin. Gee, who'd have thought? Right? And he will essentially get to the point where he will say, for example, I can teach you about swimming. So that is a new skill that we currently don't have. So we don't know how to swim yet. But he's saying come back when you have a larger flock, right? And then if you ask him how large, he will say we need 3 total ducks in our flock. Well, I think I know a way to get a 3rd. So let's add this fellow, Walter. You're a swimmer. Nope, I can't swim. Fancy a race? Always up for a challenge? Well, let's go. Put your flippers where your mouth is, I guess. So let's take a look at Walter here. Level 5 running, level 6 energy. We're level 3 energy now. Level 11 running. We should leave him in the dust. And then, of course, after we recruit Walter here, we will be able to go back to our little base. So let's use cheer. I'll show you the impact of this. I mean, our duck is objectively faster with the higher level running, but using cheer strategically is obviously the way. You just want to manage your energy level, right? So for this, I could just spam cheer and come out on top. No way we would really ever lose that one. So essentially what I'm finding is you do one-on-one races to recruit ducks, and then you have the tournament in each area where you will incorporate a team of ducks to participate in different races, right? So just building one super duck, I mean, obviously a super duck is a super duck. It can recruit you a lot of characters, but it seems like you do need to kind of broaden out your team just a little bit. So you're probably thinking, okay, so you have 3 ducks in your flock now. Why don't you go and learn how to swim? Well, not so fast. We actually have to go back home. And in going back home, we have to build tents. So they need a place to sleep before we can actually recruit them, right? So I could try to add them. It would say, you need a tent. So let's go ahead and get a tent built. In fact, let's see what it takes here. So basic tent. Okay, so he is chopping down trees right now. That should be... Okay, so now we have enough. So let's go ahead and build the basic tent once again. In fact, let's throw it right here. Let's throw it right there, and you see that the duck will build it for you as well. So the ducks have to build everything, right? And then once this gets up, we will recruit a duck in here. And then basically we're going to have to wait until we have a bit more wood. Can actually get that in the training course. Sometimes, anyways. So let's add Walter. So now Walter is in the flock, and he will, autonomously participate in our society here, right? And then what you can do is you can actually change your duck. So I don't have to use the main duck that we got. You can change the one that you bring in to interact with folks. You can change the one that you're bringing into the training house, right? So in that fashion, you can train multiple different ducks in different things. And what's occurring right here is, so the orange duck is better at running than Walter, right? So he's actually giving him experience right now. They are collaborating. They're talking about it. It's a cool way to sort of round out your team. So this kind of leads to the importance of having one specialized duck in one area. So that's kind of why I went with the runner duck, to get him super high in running so he can, help elevate everybody else. But either way, to get a full roster and to sort of advance this any further, we need 15 wood. It's going to take some time for this tree to grow back. So what we have to do is, let's go into the training center yet again. Let's keep our same main duck, if you will, AK. And let's do the running course again. Now what you're going to see is that the course does get a little more challenging. Now that we have part 2 unlocked and there are additional elements to it, right? Get some coinage, you bet. You gotta love that coinage. And like I said, this game has really, really good music. So let's just keep grinding. See if we can get another nice long run here out of the training. And then essentially what will happen is we'll eventually be able to get swimming unlocked. And then you guessed it, folks, you'll be able to start training swimming. And it's a completely different minigame. And that's kind of how it works. I mean, simply put, that is how it works. So I've only experienced the minigames up to flying. So I'm not even sure what some of the other minigames are like. Kind of excited to experience them, though. That's not good. All right, somehow we held on there. I mean, I've got a lot of experience with platformers, but I'm usually able to jump. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of plays like, I don't know, a bit of a simplistic kind of phone, at least like this minigame, plays a bit like a simplistic kind of phone game or flash game, right? That's kind of what it reminds me of. This game certainly has additional elements that make it more than just a basic game. Although I think there's many different ways to have fun with this game. I also think that this is a game you could probably spend a lot of time in, just leveling up your ducks. That might get a little bit grindy. But if you enjoyed the gameplay, if you enjoy the community building aspect of it, if you enjoy the building your base, the different characteristics of each ducks, of each of the ducks that you will come across ultimately, if you enjoy the humor in the game, maybe it's not something that you will see as a con, This game definitely, like I said, there's a lot more to it than I was initially expecting. And once again, big thanks to the development team. You've been a real pleasure to work with on this, so thank you. All right, let's keep trucking. Platform 16 there. Let's keep on going here, folks. And I believe you can use a controller too, if that is your preference. I'm just using the keyboard and mouse here. I'm kind of a keyboard and mouse kind of guy, unless the game is so specific that you just need the flexibility of like a D-pad or a control stick, right? But if I'm able to use a mouse effectively, Looks like I fell off there. Slipped right off the edge. It was slippery. What can I say? Did we get part 4 unlocked? No, we did not. Okay, so let's exit out. We did upgrade our running to level 18, though. So that's very nice. And let's see if we got any wood. So what's happening is, right, like society goes on while you're gone. Society will still go on, right? So as this tree grows back, it'll be chopped down. And you will claim those resources. And you can look in your bag here. See how we have 15 wood now? So we can actually get that other tent. So Walter's just been hammering away at that tree while we've been training. So that is one cool element about this game that I do enjoy, is that, you know, society kind of functions whether you're here or away. And although this game's nothing like RimWorld, right, it kind of has that same feature where when your party's traveling, right, your base is still kind of being run at home, right? So this has the same element, and I think it's a really smart way to do it. Makes it feel a little less grindy for materials, right? So let's go ahead and get our other duck recruited here, and now we finally have our team of 3. So welcome to the flock, Gareth. Yes, indeed. So Gareth, coming in. So what you want to do from time to time is check your flock info. This will give you kind of the overall status of your flock. So you can see the bathroom is definitely a function that we're going to need. I believe this is how tired your duck is. This is how hungry, and just overall their mood, right? So we definitely we definitely want to get a toilet built here. So we need a little more wood for that. So why don't we go ahead and let's see. What is this owl fellow? Headmaster Hoot, been teaching ducks for as long as I can remember. I'd be happy to open up a school that can increase your skill grade. So that's the A, B, C, D rank. But first I need to see if you're ready. Complete my tasks and you might be worthy. Okay, so we have to build the toilet. And this fellow will just basically help you get the core essentials, right? So build a toilet. Let's definitely do that, but we need more wood. So why don't we go ahead and go talk to that penguin here quick. Let's get the swimming unlocked, and then I can show you the swimming minigame. All right, fellow, we're good to go now. You kind of shunned us away, but now we learned a new skill, swimming. So now not only are you able to interact with races that have a swimming element to them, but you can also swim on the world map as well. And we can talk to this peacock here. Hello there, ducky. Hello. Some new clothes, yeah, sure. Or any clothes for that matter. There's that humor again. Let me join your flock. Please do. Fantastica. Build a costume shop in your flock and I'll be there. Okay. So that gives us the ability to build a costume shop now. And you will see that to build the costume shop, the peacock is an ingredient, right? So even if you have 1,000,000 wood and 1,000,000 of all the other materials, if you do not have the peacock, you won't be able to build it. So here's another fellow that wants to race, and another, so 2 more fellows. So let's go ahead and do this. Percy the penguin is a really great swimmer. All right, so do you fancy a race? You bet. And we have really, really low swimming skill, I believe, right? Yeah, we're level 0. Level 7, but level 2 running. Let's see if we can leg it out on land. Maybe use cheer in the water. And see if we can come out on top here. All right, so our benefit is obviously on land. Once we get to the water, we're going to be outpaced by quite a bit. So let's go ahead and cheer this. Do that duck paddle. Let's go. They're closing in just a little bit. Big Orange is still in the lead. Let's go. In fact, his hair kind of looks like an orange slice. It's quite humorous. I just noticed that. And once you see it, you kind of can't unsee it. So let's cheer it again, and our energy is going to be tapped out. We actually might lose this race due to this. Yep. Come on. You got it. You got it. You're a level 18 runner. You got this. All right, limping across the finish line here, folks. Well, we win. Yeah, so that's the critical nature of energy. Make sure you're feeding your flock some food, for sure. But we win the race there, of course. Get our prize. I mean, the main prize is pride, of course, right? Coins, runts, spicy root stew. Okay, perfect. So you can quickly travel. Okay. So we have Erica now, but of course we need to build yet another tent. Well, you're an awesome swimmer, thanks. I've inspired you to train even harder. Alright, yeah, we're good on that interaction. So you can swap your duck here. So I could swap in Walter or one of the other ducks we have in our flock. You can travel here. So this will give you an idea of kind of the scope of the game, right? So Spring Meadows, that's the first spot we're in right now. And this is kind of our progress, right? Well, this is our progress on Spring Meadows here. 6 total races, 1 tournament. Gold coins hidden, right? Percent explored. And of course the flock itself, right? So this is home base. So you can quickly travel back to home base anytime you like. We're going to stay here for a while though. What I want to do is I want to go into my bag. I want to eat. So we got this spicy root stew plus 35 energy experience. We're going to eat that with AK here. He's got to get that energy up. So this fellow is our next victim here. He's training hard to be the best racer. So how's it going? Tremendous, yeah? Want to bet? Let's go. Alright, Coco wants to race. And Coco's looking pretty balanced, but I think we'll be alright. Found any apples, eating one in a race will increase your duck's energy. So that is an energy restorable. We don't have one yet, but that's of course right here. So what do we have? It's another water map. So obviously we are going to be at a disadvantage in the water, but let's cheer it up. Looks like cheer uses a percentage of your max energy is my guess. We can gain tremendous ground on land. So let's go. All right, get going. Oh yeah, just a beast on land. So I think what I would do is I would specialize probably that last duck that we caught with the level 7, 8 swimming. I would probably make that one my swimmer duck, right? And then that way, that duck, as it interacts with other ducks, will increase the swimming level of those other ducks. I think that's the smartest way to do it. Otherwise, you could have one super duck that, trains everybody in on everything. But to me, it seems having specialized ducks is probably the best way, because I believe your duck has to be back at the flock to really effectively train, right? Wow, another loss for me. Yes, indeed. Alright, so you fine folks are probably wondering, okay, so you mentioned a giveaway opportunity. And yes, of course, so a giveaway opportunity. And what I mean by that is, like I mentioned, the development team of this fine game is going to provide me 5 free Steam keys. And I can give those out to members of the community to get this game for free on Steam. Okay, so obviously you have to get it on Steam. But it's an opportunity to get this game for free if you're liking what you're seeing. So all I need you to do is I will have an email address in the video description of this video here. And I need you to email that email address with DuckLife9 or something about Duck Life in the subject field. And just say, hey, looking for a Steam key or something like that. And I will email you back a Steam key. Now, I only have 5. I will only be given 5, of course. So it's going to be first come, first serve. So literally the first 5 emails that come across, the first 5 unique email addresses, I should say, that come across, be getting you a free Steam copy of this game. So just look for the inbox, again, in the description of the video, and email that, and just say you would like to claim your copy of A Duck Life 9, and I will absolutely get it to you if you are one of the first 5 to do it. Now, no hard feelings if you're not. I do apologize, of course. This is the first giveaway on the channel, and not quite certain how quickly it's going to fly, but, you know, the price is right for sure. So just send me an email, and we will make sure to get you that Steam key as long as you're one of the 5. So let's build the toilet here so our ducks can find themselves a little more comfortable. And we do complete one of the headmaster's tasks here. So what else do we have? We have decoration. We have a lumber tree. Should probably get another one of those if we can, that is. So let's take a peek. Lumber tree. Okay, so we need the flowers. So for that, you need farming patch, seed box, lumber tree. Where's the flower field anyways? So I believe this is, you can upgrade your not weapons, tools, right? So let's upgrade the hatchet. We do have the 5 hardwood to do so. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I do believe that you need a janitor station as well. But before we get that, let's get some more ducks on the premises. What do we need? More wood. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's do the swimming game. So you can see Percy the penguin is right here now, and he will allow you to train swimming. Instead of doing AK here, we can do Walter. He's got aptitude A in swimming. I didn't realize he was so proficient in swimming. Okay, Walter. Well, let's do it with you. So after every 10 levels you train, the minigame changes complexion a little bit. So in this particular one, you can hit the beach balls. You want to avoid the mines. I think you can hit these lily pads here. Just don't hit the mine. It's actually kind of funny when you do. Your character literally explodes. So just be careful. And obviously, the further you get, the more experience you're getting. Treasure chest there. 5 hardwood. Very nice. Yeah, so that's not good. Got totally jammed up there, and Walter literally blew up. Got to do a little better than that. Let's go. Here's a tip. Don't blow yourself up. Thanks. That's useful advice. So I kind of find the more up you get for this minigame, obviously don't get so far up that you can't see what's coming, but the more up you get, the more time you have to kind of go back if you find yourself getting stuck. So seed spice seeds. Alright, leveling up. Feeling good. Holy quack, I've never seen you swim so far. Don't jinx it, bro. You jinxed it. You jinxed it. Alright, let's keep trying. I mean, it's definitely like there doesn't appear to really be any penalty for failing at your training, excuse me. So if you enjoy the minigame, right? Maybe you'll find a little bit of comfort. So these balls, like I said, you can hit them, but they do make you bounce off a little bit. So you do want to be careful, especially if there are mines in the vicinity. Alright, so I should have gone left there for sure. Let's see if we can get just a few more here. See if we can put a long run together here. Let's go. Let's go all the way left there. Make it out alive. Get 25 coins in the treasure chest, of course. And just dodge and weave, baby. Gotta say, I'm a fan of this soundtrack, too. This game's got some good soundtracks, right? Reminds me of like some 70s groove or something. Alright, it's definitely getting a little faster, isn't it? Alright, just squeeze by. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Another treasure chest, you bet. Alright, we're dodging and weaving here, folks. Getting some coinage along the way. Alright, we're putting the long run together that I wanted. And it's starting to move real fast. Yeah, moving real fast. No time for nonsense when it's going that fast, but we do stack some levels here. And I think that's going to be good enough. So we have some seeds. I think there's a few more things that we can build now. It's like everybody's sleeping. So of course, while everybody's sleeping, nothing gets built. Let's get another tent. And our ducks will build that when they wake up, of course. Then essentially, I believe to get the next skill, which will be flying, I think we need a flock of 5. So we have to get all 5 of our ducks recruited, including the 2 that are awaiting recruitment because we need to get the tent built, right? So we're just kind of sitting around a bit, looking for, or waiting, I should say, for our ducks to wake up and start getting some work done. So let's put down a few farm plots. Let's put it right on the shore. Have no farming tools to use. Okay, so that means we need... So we're going to need the gardener's shed. Okay. Alright, we'll make sure to get that. Wake up, chop down some wood. Be alright. You can actually move these things. So you can go edit, move if you don't like the placement. So it's cool that the game allows you to move the buildings around. You can't move the training center. You can't move the well either, I don't believe. But everything else is good. And the sun dawns, and to work they get, right? So boom, got AK chopping down the tree, Walter building, going for the restroom undoubtedly. So let's go ahead and get... Is this other tent going to be available? I'm probably not going to have enough. Alright, so we have... So the farming field I don't believe needs to be built, but you can see the collaboration going on here, right? So let's recruit... Erica's an A in swimming as well, so let's add her. Erica, welcome to the flock. And then essentially we would probably, I would think, cooking pot. Yeah, we can get one of those too. Let's put it in the center of town. And they're collaborating on swimming, theory, and logic, and upgrading. Got some running going on here, right? Walter's really interested in what our character knows about running. So another thing we will need is a janitor station, but we just need wood. It's kind of a vital resource right now. But as you can see, so now that we can swim, it does open up this area to expand our base more. Might seem a little cramped. Well, not anymore. It does open up quite a bit. So let's see. We're at about the 45-minute mark here, folks. I think this is probably a pretty good spot to wrap it up. I think this at least shows you the basics of duck life, right? Let's see. Why don't I do this? Why don't I do this? Before I end the video here, let's do one more little run session with AK here. Need a little bit of redemption after slipping off. But my main goal about this is obviously to kind of preview the game, right? Show you a little bit about the game. The development team, like I said, has been very generous and kind in partnering with me to, hook up members of my community here with a free copy of the game if you are so interested. Again, of course, folks, you just got to email that inbox. A link, well, an email address essentially will be in the video description. Email it with some kind of reference to a Duck Life or Duck Life 9 or this video, whatever. Just reference this giveaway opportunity in some fashion. And if I have a Steam key available, I will definitely get you hooked up. Now, I've only got 5, like I said, so no hard feelings if you're not quick enough, unfortunately. It's just going to be first come, first serve. All right? So I do hope you understand. But if you like this game, I think it's pretty cheap on Steam. And of course, you can find a link to the Steam page of this game in the video description as well. So the video description is, a good resource for a lot of things related to this game. Just check on in there. And once again, huge thanks to the development team. They've been great to work with, and I must say I didn't really know what to expect. I've never played a Duck Life game before, and I think you have a really cool concept. You have a lot of cool concepts that you're working with here. And I can understand the appeal. In fact, based on what I've heard, you read some comments and reviews on things, right? Like, you just gotta. If you're getting into a new game, right, you definitely want to take a look at what other people are saying about it. And there appears to be a lot of people that are, huge fans of the Duck Life series, right? So maybe this video can help make you a fan as well. Either way, please do let me know your comments in the comments field. Do you like this game? What do you think about this game? I think it's got some charm. I think the humor is apparent. I think the mini games, it's like you kind of find yourself being like, yeah, I can just do it one more time, right? The mini games are simple and yet pretty darn fun to just grind through. Now, like I was also saying, I think this is the type of game that you could probably put quite a few hours into if you really wanted to just crush it. I'm not sure what the difficulty curve is like. Like, what do the tournaments look like? The final stages? I don't know, maybe we'll find out someday. And, if this is if this is a series that you actually do like, I wouldn't be partial to doing a little playthrough series of this on the channel as well. But for something like that and the time commit that playthrough series is, I definitely need some community engagement. So that one's kind of on you, folks. If you want to see this played a little more on the channel, just let me know. Let me know that you're digging the Duck Life 9. And of course, you can do that in the comments section. As we fall off the dock, we slip off the dock here again. And that is a fitting place to end with level 30 running, and we have part 4 unlocked here in the running little obstacle course, if you will. So I think, as I was mentioning about 5 minutes ago, I think this is an appropriate spot to call this an episode here. Remember the details about the giveaway. If you want to see more of this on the channel, please do let me know. Let me know your thoughts on the game. I will obviously be linking this to the developer as well. So, if you like this game and you got good things to say about it, leave a comment. I'm sure the development team will read those. And yeah, all in all, I just appreciate your viewership. So I'm going to get on out of here, folks, but thanks again for your viewership. I really do appreciate it. If you are enjoying this type of content, this type of commentary, this type of production value, and if you like free giveaways, right, if you like free games and things of the like, then please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. Would love to have you in the community. I just kind of got into doing these game previews, and I've met a lot of cool development teams. I met a lot of cool people, and I enjoy doing them. I like broadening out just a little bit as we see our ducks just level up here. But anyways, folks, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks a lot.